we are ready to code. We have set up our backdrop. We've set up our backdrops. That we have our different backdrops. We have set up our squirrel so that he has all of his different costumes. So now, because I want to start on a sunny day, okay, so I'm going to click code. And now I've got here, I have on the flag is clicked, I want to switch the backdrop to sun, and I gave it an XY position because I want him to always start here. So now I'm going to do a new event. It is called when this sprite is clicked. So when this sprite is clicked, I want it to do two things. I want it to switch to the next costume and switch to the next backdrop. So now when I click him, it looks like now he's in the rainy day. He's ready for rain. He says here he's ready for snow, and he clicks here, and now we're back to fall where he's ready to play soccer. So now you can, now this is all you would need. But to make this project a little bit more interesting, you could say something to the effect of, so now you could add some animations. So maybe at the very beginning you want him to, or you could say, click on me to see all of my clothes for the weather, or whatever you want to say. Okay, so you could even at the beginning, you could say, I want him to have some animation. So I'm going to have him turn back and forth. And I know anytime I do opposite movements, I need to have a wait in there. And I'm just going to do a half of a second. And now when I come here, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click repeat 10 times. So now when I click the flag, it says click on me to see all my clothes for the weather. And then you see him doing this. But he didn't start in the costume that I wanted. So I said when I switch the backdrop to sun. But what I also need to do is I need to say switch the costume to sunny or sun or whatever one it is. And so these two should match. So then these ones would match over here, because if you notice in my costumes it says sun first, and in my backdrop it says sun first, and then it goes in this order. Okay, so you will want to make sure that when you're coding you start with this. Switch to the backdrop, switch here. And the other thing that you could do to make this more fun is when you come to the events, you could say, when the backdrop switches to sun, he's already doing something on the sun, but so when it switches to rain, maybe I'm going to do something fun like, say, switch colors. So I'm going to say, I could come over here and I could say change the colors by, and then maybe repeat that 5 times. And then anytime you want to do that, you can always say switch the color, set the color effect back to 0. So then it goes back to the way it was. So now when I hit this, he says it, he does this little animation. Now when I click on him, wait till he finishes animation. Now when I click on him, he does rain, and you saw he switched colors, but that was really quick. So once again, I'm going to put it in a wait. So now I come over here. If I go ahead and switch it, you see he's starting to switch colors and he's still doing his motions. And then you could add this to when the backdrop switches to winter or the backdrop switches to fall, and give him a new animation on each one. So this is how you would make your drawing forest in the weather. Hope you're having fun with this project.